That's in Java programming.
Yeah, Java is still it's still relevant. I'm guessing. I know for a security perspective, they've a lot of things have backed off of it, but it's still in a lot of still out there quite a lot. So. Very cool. Yeah, we were hoping we're going to get a few more people joined on here. We're streaming on YouTube. If anybody's watching on there, looks like there's one person watching. A couple people watching here. Enjoy that. If you'd like to join us over on our Google Meets chat, w0tx.org/meet. That's where we're discussing things, and you can join the conversation in here. So yeah, there's just a few of us here. If you guys have anything, let me know. Let's see, we can quickly go through some of the things we were talking about here recently. Tour de Cure coming up here. I'll probably rehash these things throughout the evening here. But pretty cool event, bike riding event we're starting to support. We supported last year and supporting again this year. So they got a lot of lot of cool information here. A lot of different rest stops and command centers, and as Daniel KI4WIN, who is running net control. So we'll be doing that again, and I think they've modified their routes a little bit as well this year. Let's see what was last year's route. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. Just there was half a dozen of us operating at these rest stops. I didn't get too many photos, I don't think, but we're doing that again here upcoming. So if anybody wants to help on that, let us know. What else? Hey, good evening, Bill. How you doing?
Pretty good. I heard some guy named Worthington's giving the presentation tonight. So
yeah. Oh, William Worthington, absolutely. Yeah, good to have you in here. Yeah, very cool stuff. So, yeah, we'll be talking about. I was just trying to do some research on the K index. Was the thing from NASA or not NASA? Planetary K index by NOAA. Yeah,
I'll have some links for you at the end of the talk.
Very cool. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, this is be a pretty good conversation. I appreciate you here. Yeah, if you want to try to share your screen at any point to test that, let us know. What else here?
Well, if you're not doing anything, how about I try sharing it right now?
Sure, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. So I got to find the share button.
And good evening, Sarah, as well. Thanks for joining us here.
Show everyone, chat with everyone, activities. Okay, where is the share button on this? Or
it is
so down at the bottom. Go ahead.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Oh, just the bottom.
Yeah.
You'll have a little you'll see a hand just to the left of that. It's a little box with an up arrow in it.
Ah, oh, okay. So let's see. So
yeah, it's a good time for it. We're just waiting for a few more people to join here.
Okay,
yeah, I was trying to shorten the. That's so you click it and then you'll see your entire screen or a window. Depending on what you want to do, you can select just the window itself or the screen. Whether it be PowerPoint or whatever it may be, and then at least I'm using Firefox. There we go. Looks like it's coming up now.
Yeah, it's coming.
There's a few of us on. Yeah.
What if I click on this? Can you see PowerPoint now?
We can see PowerPoint now. Yep.
Okay, so I think we can do that. So.
And do you see that thing at the bottom of the screen that says "Me to sharing your screen"? share your screen once more, because there's something that
Okay.
comes up that you have to hide it.
Well, I can do it for the entire screen or a window. And what I would do is for the window.
Do whatever you want. But I'll show you one. Just there's an additional thing.
Okay. Okay, show me one additional thing.
Well, when you share your screen at the bottom of the screen, there's something that you just need to minimize. Otherwise, it's up. It's going to be recorded. It's going to be in front of your presentation.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I can. I think I can.
We'll do it.
Out.
We'll figure it out. It's fine. No problem.
Oh, yeah. So is everyone ready for field day?
It has come up quite quickly here, hasn't it? It is just this next weekend. Good transition on that. Yeah, we got ours coming up. I'm going to try to share my screen here, but in the meantime, if anybody has anything on that, good evening. I think it was Chris who had joined here. If you have anything, let us know.
Well, I guess I could joke and say, what's the space weather looking like for field day?
Yeah, Bill. Anything on that?
Give me an hour.
Good.
Had the joke on it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sorry, I was trying to share some screen stuff here. I wasn't sharing what I was looking at here. Maybe yeah. Just real quickly, we're talking about the Tour de Cure. We're going to be up, let me see. And if you don't mind, while you're on here, let's see, there's 9 people on the chat here. Appreciate that. Please go ahead and mute your mics, or I will go ahead and mute it for you if you need. Perfect. I think we're good there. Yeah, feel free. Again, good evening, everyone. My name is Daron, K1DBC. This is not necessarily a net, but it's just a place to talk about ham radio, STEM topics in general. We're streaming on youtube.com/Denver Radio Club. A lot of the chat, though, happens over on our Google Meet platform. Let me see. Oh, just a moment here. Good evening, Chris. I just wanted to make sure there wasn't some spam there.
How's it going?
Good. How are you doing?
All right. First time here. Hi, everyone.
Pleasure. Sorry, a couple weeks ago we had a lot of Brazilian spam, so I just want to make sure that wasn't happening again here. Yeah, good evening. Again, ham radio, STEM topics, everything. This is an hour-long meeting, now 50 minutes. And then after that, we'll have our upcoming meeting, Bill YKV there. KE0YKV, Earth's magnetic field, magnetic observatories, and K indices. Everything for ham radio-related space weather, as we were kind of just joking about there a little bit. I am sharing my screen. You should be able to see that. More than happy if you'd like to put a comment or question into the chat room. You're more than happy to do that here on the w0tx.meet, w0tx.org/meet Google Meet channel. Or if you have a audio question, don't hesitate to jump in there. Upcoming field day this Saturday and Sunday. We'd love to see you out there. We had a great turnout last year, and we've been having really good turnouts with our in-person events up at that same area, Prospect Arena. You can show up if you want, 8 a.m., 9 a.m., the 12th, or excuse me, the 24th, and then operations will begin 12 p.m. and go through Sunday at 12 p.m. Prospect Arena. It is a equestrian arena, so make sure you go to that place there. A little out of town, but not too far. I'm trying to bring up some photos of what we looked at here last year. If this decides to cooperate with me. Hey, Bill, go ahead.
Oh, you're muted.
Oh, I think you're muted, Bill.
Let me try that again.
There you go.
I haven't seen any sign up pages or anything like that for field day.
Good question. Yeah, you know what?
You're not involved, so you don't know.
No. So yeah, I'm kind of taking a step back a little bit. Dick, let's see. Let me make sure I'm. Oh boy, this is not working here well. Dick Nelson, N6 HWV, is taking over this year. We've done a lot of work on the field day committee in terms of a lot of the technical aspects of it. Let me see if I can maybe bring some of that up. We unfortunately haven't talked about that scheduling. I think that may have kind of fallen through. To be honest with you, in the past, we've done that, and I'm not sure that it's really been necessary. I think we'll have 3 stations set up, and there'll be plenty of operation time for everyone. Yeah, we didn't actually coordinate that part of it. I'm going to try to bring up what we talked about, but if you have anything else on that, yeah, there'll be plenty of operations time now. Trying to bring up. Boy, my computer's struggling. I believe we've been having some meeting notes on it, so let me bring that up here. But anyone else on field day, while I bring that up, any activities that you're going to be doing? If you'd like to attend ours or attend any others, you can do the field day locator on ARL. To see what's around you there. I'm just clicking all the wrong things here. What else? Let me make sure something else is working here. Give me a second. Wow. Yeah, my stuff is really struggling to work here. We'll come back to that here in a minute when I can bring that up. Let me see here. What we talked about recently as well. Where did that go? Trying to do too many things all at once. Kind of off topic, but reddit.com, if you've heard of them, there's been some issues surrounding API usages, and there's kind of been a revolt and whatnot. Yeah, so APIs affect us. The FCC ULS has an API we kind of use and rely on. A lot of us use and rely on that for logging software and things like that, online and things like that. So yeah, this community has been around for a while, and it's been a pretty good organic growth over time. So hopefully this community doesn't fall. We have there's reddit.com/r/amateur radio, really popular community out there. What else here? So yeah, they basically went public, tried to do an IPO, and tried to basically follow in the footsteps of Twitter in terms of their API usage, and it's kind of had a backlash. So we'll see how things work. And yeah, I mean separately, the FCC ULS website has been down it's back up now, but it was down kind of for a week. But through API usage, I was able to access it. Yeah, interesting stuff there. what else? We were talking about pricing and pricing of Shack in a Box, all band, all mode. Did I not copy that down? I must not have copied it down, but we were talking about the benefits of getting a Shack in a Box versus a kind of a la carte usage. In terms of mobile aspect, I'll throw it out to the group here. We have another 40 minutes. I'm kind of just floundering here. My web browser's really slowing things down here at the moment. I can't get things going here. Yeah, anyone on the meet here? Any comments, questions? Oh. Good evening, Alex. I got you in here now. Sorry about that. Again, I have to, you might be able to see this in Google Chrome. I have to be logged in. We have to be logged in with a very certain account to admit people into here. And we have to do it by hand normally, but I have a Google Chrome extension to auto-admit people, but I had to turn it off for spam purposes. So sorry about that. So anyone should be able to be admitted now. You all can hear me, right? I'm not speaking into the void. Okay.
I hear you loud and clear.
We
can
thanks,
hear
Ross.
you.
Okay. I see a couple things in here on from the chat here. Bill Worthington, latest forecast from NOAA is only through Friday. That was for the K index, planetary K index here. Through the 22nd. So this is will give us some good information on HF propagation for field day. So I'm sure he'll be filling us in a little bit more on how this information here can characterize the magnitude of geomagnetic storms, and excellent indicator of disturbances in the Earth's magnetic field, according to a space weather prediction center at NOAA here. Trying to bring up field day stuff. It is not working very well here. I guess in the meantime, over on Facebook.com, the Amanda Alden posted to the Colorado. It's the official Colorado ARL group. Let's see if I can get to it. A proclamation. Yeah, facebook.com/groups/Colorado ARL. Let me close a bunch of this stuff here. Pretty cool stuff here. Desiree Backus, who gave us a presentation last month, did not help. She has worked to, let me get the wording up here. I think I may need to get a new computer. What is going on with this here? Post by Amanda Alden here. Desiree Backus, N3DEZ, for getting us a Colorado ARL proclamation signed by the governor, Jared Polis here, stating that state of Colorado do hereby proclaim the period of time between June 19th and 25th as Amateur Radio Week. They also have a mention as of the ARL field day exercise taking place on June 24th and 25th, 24-hour emergency preparedness exercise and demonstration of radio amateur skills and readiness to provide self-supporting communications without further infrastructure being required. So really, really cool stuff here. I'm not too sure. I mean, it's just kind of a nice nice proclamation, nice thing to have here. So
that would be neat.
Oh, okay, yeah, go ahead, Bill.
Has anyone ever thought to try inviting local state senators or House members to our field day exercises?
I've invited my local council members in my city in the past, but I haven't. It's really only been once, and there wasn't much traction to it. I don't think they really understood the Aries aspect and but no, I haven't, unfortunately. But
it's a little late now, but
yeah.
I was just wondering, or even inviting the governor.
Yes, yeah. It's definitely more in the news now.
Get him to visit every site on Saturday.
That would be cool.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they have some official documentation. If anybody is ever interested, you're always more than welcome to. Over on arl.org/field day, there are, under resources and rules, I think, there is some documentation that you could print out to hand over. Media public relations announcements. Might be this one, public relations kit here. But this is kind of nice verbiage of something you can hand over to a state official or things like that. If this chooses to come up here. Oh boy, I hope my computer survives this one here. Let's see, just a bunch of information, and then they have a media advisory where you can basically fill in your name, your region, your club, things like that. And this is something that you can hand over to kind of a public official, and it would look very kind of more official and things like that. So, if anybody's ever interested, you're more than happy to, and they've provided a lot of information and templates here for that. Let's see if I can bring up the field day stuff here, but I'll throw it out to the group again. We have about 30 or so minutes. If anybody has anything they'd like to bring up, let us know.
Hey, Daron, that was a cool proclamation. I'm just checking it out right now. I wish I had known earlier. I would have told everyone at work that it's Ham Radio Week.
Yeah, it's pretty cool stuff. It's nice to coincide with Field Day and what that is. So that is a pretty cool thing that they were able to get done there. So yeah, really cool stuff there.
You know, the other thing I was going to ask you about is kind of an Elmer Session type of question. Do you happen to know, I think we used, what is it, N1 NM or something like that for logging on our club computer? We're trying to think about how to log Parks on the Air activations for one of the DRC Saturdays. And we're trying to figure out whether or not the software that is on the club laptop might be able to do that, or whether we're going to have to do, Kevin knew about another program that was free. And then it also seemed like we were going to have to sign up for like a club POTA account. Let's see, N1MM is what it's called.
Sorry, I was just checking something out here. Yes, N1MM is what we have. We have paid for it. I believe it's there's just a mode for Field Day that we use, but it should be able to be used for other modes as well, or other events. And it would just need to be set up for it. Right now, we use it offline, so it's not connected to anything. And then we manually take the export file and upload it to ARL. I'd imagine it should be able to be used for the same thing. I'm struggling to bring things up here right now. You said POTA?
Mess with it for a half hour. This is the Elmer Session.
Yeah.
I ain't no Elmer.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah.
There we go. Jeff,
Ron, if you click on that link I just dropped in.
Yeah. mean, they must have updated it for Parks on the Air, right? It's so popular.
Yeah, I don't know how Parks on the Air works logging wise, actually.
Sure, that's
but this is just a general logging system, and you'll be able to import and export the ADIF file, I think, if that's what, or Cabrillo. So you should be able to log it just the same as Field Day, and then hopefully just export it and import it to whatever you need to.
okay.
I ran into one issue with that software. It wouldn't let me enter a 6-meter contact.
Huh.
I think we did 6 meters with it last.
Yeah.
Did we do 6 meters? Someone did 6 meters, maybe. No, there was. I thought we had one 6 meter. I would expect it to support all bands. That's interesting. Yeah, it I guess depends on the validity of the call sign. It might be able to do some checking and make sure that it's actually a valid call sign, or
It was.
Was it?
Yeah, it was Orland.
Oh. Well, there you go. Interesting. Okay.
All right. Well, thanks for looking into this, Jerome. I'll keep.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep Google. It looks like there's a groups.io that's dedicated to this program.
Okay.
So.
Field Day is this weekend, so we can check it this weekend too. So.
Yeah, I don't know, just to see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah. Well, all right, everyone. I am still just floundering on my side here. If anybody has anything, let me know. I can bring up a few more things that we've talked about here recently. Let me see. There's a website, Hackaday. Okay, go ahead.
Daron, I will bring the tablet.
Okay, perfect. Yeah.
That and stickers, so bring some cash.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
You mentioned the Tour de Cure. I might do that this time. I'm trying to do more stuff like that. I did the Lakewood siren test this time, and the did a fire muster in Littleton last Saturday. So trying to do more things like that.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. And everyone on call here, just make sure you are muted, just in case just there's any background noise here. Let me see if I can bring that back up here. Sort of cure. Oh, I might need to restart my computer, quite frankly. This is crazy. Yeah, very cool event there. It's the first one for us that we've done. We may have done one 10, 15 years ago, time-wise, but it has been a long time for us to do this here. So, yeah, pretty cool stuff here. I was just bringing up some information on that here earlier. The different roles, net control, and then the different either roving stations. I know Mark N0XRX is going to be on his motorcycle being a SAG vehicle, I believe. Wow, this is crazy. What is going on here? Let me close some things down here. Okay, I'm going to leave the meeting briefly, but I am logged in as the Google Meets, or the admin. So you should hear me now, but a second. All right, if anyone has anything, let us know, but it'll be just a moment here. Let's see if this works any better here. Keep minimal things open for now. So again, we have 30 or so minutes. What was I going to bring up here? Let's see if I can try to bring up some further information that I was trying to bring up earlier. What else? Okay, what else here, you guys? Very briefly going to talk about Hackaday article here. Hackaday.com. Passionate hams make their mark on the hack chat. Written by Tom Nardi on June 12th. So hack chat is just a weekly, I think, or so meeting that these guys have. Their wording here, let's be honest, there are some very not very pleasant stereotypes associated with amateur radio, at least if you ask outsiders. Hams are often thought of as being in two camps: old guys who can't figure out modern technology, or conspiracy theorists who think their knowledge of radio will give them an edge after the world becomes a post-apocalyptic hellscape. So as is often the case, the best way to fight such ignorance is with education and outreach. Events like their weekly hack chat are a perfect platform for that, as it allows the curious to ask questions and get answers directly from subject matter experts. This is precisely why they invited Mark Hughes and Bo Amber to helm last week's Hat Chat. Let me see if they list it here. Their call signs. Oh, this is much smoother here. Good. Mark Hughes, Kilo Echo 6, Whiskey Oscar Bravo, and Bo Amber, Kilo 6, Echo Alpha Uniform. This is all stuff that we know, but basically results were staggering. Let's see, the fact that they're both relatively recent licensees make them uniquely qualified to shed some light onto what it's like to become a part of the ham radio community in the 21st century. As an added bonus, they're both sharp and articulate technologists. Results were staggering. It was one of the most lively and productive discussions they've seen in recent memories, which itself is a sharp rebuttal to some of the more pervasive claims about ham radio. It wasn't a handful of grumpy graybeards bemoaning modern tech. It was a group of passionate folks who wanted to know more about the field and getting licensed, and how can they help them with their goals and personal projects. It was honest. They started to say, in no uncertain terms, that amateur radio is a hobby dominated by older folks, and without an institution of younger blood, it's in very real danger of dying off. If there's no one there to use the frequent allocated ham frequencies, it won't be long before the governments of the world swoop in and reallocate them. So they talked about all the things that we've talked about: connecting with a global community, sharpening your technical skills, serving a community, unlocking global travel opportunities, and lifelong and personal learning and personal growth. So you can see basically just a transcript of their chat, yeah, you can go through that. So this might be something you can throw over to your friends or anybody who's ever interested. This might shed some light on this hobby. So Hackaday.com, passionate hams make their mark on the hack chat. What else here? Yeah, anyone else at the moment? We have another 25 or so minutes. This is the Elmer Session, great learning place to learn about ham radio, STEM topics, everything related. Let us know your projects. If you have any comments or questions, let us know. Everyone's welcome.
So I've got some questions on digital and DMR radios.
Yeah, go ahead.
I've been a ham. I got my license in 2007, and the bands were really depressing, and I had a crazy amount of noise from power lines around me, and it didn't work at that moment for me. So I just got back into this a couple, I guess 2 months ago. And all my radios, none of them have digital modes. So I've been looking at that, and it looks like I can get to the chat on the digital. So for some digital nets and things like that, but I've kind of was looking at the new Kenwood that's going to come out. I don't know. I'm not sure if I need to buy. So I'm kind of a Yaesu guy. Do I buy the current Yaesu? Do I wait for the new Kenwood? Do I buy just a plain like Chinese brand DMR so I can play? Mostly I'm doing this from the house. I'm not real mobile, so I don't know. It's new.
So you are doing DMR Brandmeister though, or you think?
So I don't even know what that is exactly.
Oh, gotcha.
So I know that I can get DMR radios that are commercial and Chinese branded, and I know that Yaesu's on B-Star, I think. I don't know, wires. I'm confused by how it's all put together. What do I...
Fair enough. There are several competing...
I'm pretty technical, but...
Gotcha. Looked like Tom had some input. Maybe if you want to go ahead on that, go right ahead.
Let me turn on the microphone, and I assume you all can hear me all right?
Yep, I can now.
And I just cleared my throat, so maybe it'll make some sense. Okay, first off, when they say digital, you've got two halves. You've got from your radio to a repeater or to another radio. That's where DMR and Yaesu uses cold CF and ICOM, and I believe Kenwood both use their own a different version, and none of those three are interoperable. Part of the problem is who owns patents and so on. They all work just about the same. They, in effect, what they're doing is they're compressing it, they're digitizing your signal, they're compressing it, and they're shipping it. They're generally doing it with a time split. So they send your signal twice as fast as you're talking because they've compressed it enough that they can then put in two signals in the same band. Because they send this one, they send this one. This is one channel, this is another channel on the same frequency. And when it gets done, then if you're listening to this one, that's what you're going to hear. This one you just ignore. But it gets expanded to fill out the entire time space. It's time multiplexed. So that's half of it. The other half of it is when you get generally to a repeater, it's going to connect to the internet. And here they all have their own terminology, but they're all the same things again. You've got talk groups, which is the DMR world. You've got, I'm trying to remember what they call them in ICOM and Yaesu. I'm sorry, I can't, but they have different names. And in effect, what they are is they're like VoIP hubs. Okay, they're like voice over IP hubs that connect to other places so that they can transfer it. Now, the big one right now is Brandmeister for DMR, and it's open source and runs without it. Actually, other people can connect to it, but it's known for DMR. They really built upon Turbo, which was a Motorola protocol. The DMR stuff really came out of Europe. They were trying to conserve bandwidth. The thing about the DMR end of it is the licensing on it is amazingly low, particularly with the codec, the thing that does the compression. That's what D-Star on the ICOMs. I can remember these things eventually. That was one of the things that was really expensive because you had to either pay a huge amount of money for the codec or you had to buy a chip from the company that made the codec that would do that. And that's ICOM, and I believe Kenwood went that way. So that was extremely expensive. Well, when you're Chinese and you're trying to crank out radios as cheaply as you possibly can, you're not going to go with D-Star. Yaesu's was, it actually is a very good system. as is the D-Star stuff. But it never really caught on with anybody except Yaesu. So they only talk to Yaesu. So you have 10 million Chinese manufacturers out there, starting with Baofeng and going from there. Anytone actually makes a pretty decent DMR radio, which you can get at a reasonable price. And they all do their thing and they all work. The biggest problem between them, well, first off, there are some Yaesu repeaters that are up, and I think they're connected in for the most part. There are some D-Star repeaters. They tend to be connected into, you can transcode between different things, but there are a heck of a lot of DMR ones. So that's why most people have gone that way, because it's cheap. The biggest problem with DMR, when you get to the code plugs and stuff, is it's commercial. And therefore you have weird terminology that's going to take you a little bit longer to figure out. You know, things like you don't specify your CCTS code, you know, your tone. You specify your color. So there's some really weird and wondrous things in there, but there's enough help on the web. You can go with any of them. Kenwood makes a really great radio, as you well know. Yaesu, I've used the Yaesu for years. ICOM, that's what I have in my truck. And to tell you the truth, for 2 meters, I've got an ICOM sitting back there right now. But I used an Anytone Mobile 578 and the little handheld for a long time before that, and was very pleased. I will tell you, one of the biggest problems with digital that I have with it, to be honest with you, is the codecs will distort the sound quality. And so there are times when you're not going to be able to tell who the heck is talking unless they give a call sign, because you won't be able to recognize their voice. They're pretty low bit. If you're just interested in doing some handy dandy round the area rag chewing, FM's great. Just analog, no problem. If you want to start getting in with the talk groups so that you can connect with, one of my acquaintances likes to connect with a talk group out of Oklahoma where he's from. So in the morning, he can talk to folks that he knew down in Oklahoma using his handheld. And of course, he also has a hotspot to make it even easier. So does that give you any information at all?
Yeah, absolutely. Cleared up a bunch. Thank you for the overview. That's what I needed. So what I heard is get a DMR radio for my house and maybe a hotspot, depending on if I can hear any repeaters and things so I can play, and then wait for the fancy Kenwood to upgrade. And don't worry about it too much.
There you go.
That's what I heard. And then when I do the DMR thing, I'm going to have to spend some time on YouTube figuring out what I'm doing, kind of like I am with the Nano VNA. So we're good.
Yep.
Thank you.
I would say that there is a group that meets, and I think you can find them on YouTube, and it's KE0DC is one of the folks under it. They call it a digital net, and you can connect through YouTube or Facebook. I don't remember which one. Anyhow, you can connect without a radio and find out about digital. They will walk you through the code plugs, the memory setup, and things like that.
Cool. Thank you very much.
That's right. Friend of the club here, Doug Comer, and Bill W0SUN. Yeah, it looks like Wednesday nights, 7 p.m. ColoradoDigital.net on there on his YouTube here, KE0DC, and then all the Skyhub link stuff as well. So, they talk all things, all digital. So, cool stuff there. And what else? Yeah, ColoradoDigital.net. They used to have a cool infographic on their page here. They've updated it a little bit, but this will help kind of interlink, whether it be DMR, Yaesu System Fusion, and some other networks as well. So we're lucky that we have the ability to interconnect these technologies. But yeah, there's probably a lot more DMR Brandmeister activity. I think someone mentioned at some point Yaesu System Fusion was giving things out cheaper or something, so there might be more System Fusion repeaters out there or something. I don't know, but here there's a lot of activity on DMR. And yeah, as he was mentioning there, I think it's the AMBE codec that's causing. It's not open source, so it is not free. And yeah, APCO 25 I think is very similar to DMR Brandmeister. So yeah, the noise sounds a little bit. It's very half the bandwidth or even more than analog. So it doesn't sound as great as analog, but it's still readable and it has a lot of digital functionality and things like that. So yeah, let us know on your progress on that if you like. What else here? Yep. Yeah, there should be a lot of good jumping on off points on our repeater page, at least w0tx.org/repeaters. I think there's a code plug, I think, for Anytone. Maybe I had it at some point somewhere. Yeah, anyone else at the moment? We have another 12 minutes or so here.
Who's doing it tonight?
Bill Worthington.
Oh, okay, never mind. This is meeting. Okay, I thought it was Sunday night. Never mind.
Oh, we have a link to the code plug sample. RM Ham has done a great job of providing some sample code plugs for a bunch of different DMR radios, Anytone, Connect Systems, Motorola, Titera. So this is a really good jumping off point with depending on what you get.
I can't get any audio. What the hell?
We can hear you, Jerry. I'm not sure if you can hear us. Yeah, Tom, go ahead.
Just one quick thing. Downloading code plugs is a quick way of grabbing the stuff for you. And I'll tell you, the biggest thing you'll end up doing is removing entries, because they tend to have everybody in the world, and you're not going to talk to all those people, and it takes forever to scroll through the stupid lists. So I will warn you right now, yes, you start with a good code plug, and then you start removing people till you get to what you really want to have.
Yeah, absolutely. This is, oh, they have a nice channel thing here. Yeah, this was from the RM Ham group, so yeah, they'll have curated it for how they want it. So it's just a nice kind of template and example of how to build it. But yeah, delete the things you don't need. But luckily with some of these radios, there's thousands and thousands of memory slots and things like that, and all sorts of things like that. So yeah, there'll probably be a bunch of stuff you don't need or want in here. But it's if you can see on screen here, it's just a spreadsheet, and similar to analog radio programming, kind of with chirp or something else. You have a channel name, receive, transmit frequencies, and most of these are digital or analog capable. And then again, the bandwidth is half. And then as mentioned, Tom was mentioning the color codes, slots. You can find stuff on people's club page, repeater pages for specifics, a repeater book like that. That's kind of it. I mean, there is there is a lot of stuff on here, but most of it you don't necessarily need to really touch. But then, because there's so many contexts, there's digital radios. You can put things into groups and things like that. So it just makes it easier to kind of browse and things like that. So there's a little bit more complication, but ultimately you'll be able to do quite a lot with these stuff here, with these radios. So all right, yeah, we got 9 minutes here. Anyone else at the moment? Comments, questions? Let us know. Otherwise, I can bring up a couple more things here. Hey, Bill, go ahead.
Hey, there may be some strangers trying to log into the meeting at 7 o'clock who might want to listen to my presentation. So if you have any questions about them, just give me a holler.
No problem at all. Everyone is welcome.
Yeah.
Very cool. What else? So yeah, another 8 or so minutes. Again, we're streaming on youtube.com/Denver Radio Club. So if you want to watch this meeting over on YouTube on your smartphone or smart TV, that is a good way to do that. It'll be archived if you miss it. And again, this Elmer session was also archived. Will be on there as well. But do chat via the Google Meet, please. So what else here? Struggling computer again here. Field day coming up again, as mentioned, this weekend. Check out our website, or if you have another club that you're going to attend, do attend it. 24th, 25th, 24-hour event. We'll be up at the Prospect Arena. We'd love to have you out there. I was trying to bring up some more information on that, but I haven't been able to do that yet. But 3-station operations, a lot more technically coordinated this year. And hopefully we'll be able to operate on several different bands without stepping over each other. So w0tx.org/field day on that. There's a link for Google, Twitter, Facebook from previous years. You can see some of the photos on there. If my computer chooses to do that or not. Oh boy. And okay, so one major change this year is we're going to try to make sure that you're using our equipment on our antennas. We'll have an Aries group out there as well this year, so we'll have a good introduction into that. We'll have again a digital FT8 station. We'll do probably 20 meters. 40 meters or so, and we'll be we'd love to see you out there. So if you want to come set things up, again, we'll probably starting at 8 a.m. or so, 9 a.m. Saturday morning, and you can find the link on our website. So yeah. What else here? All right, Bill, can you see this thing that says you are sharing your screen on here now? Right in the middle of the screen? That you should see that when you share your screen. Just make sure that you click minimize indicator, because it'll be basically just down here, and it'll be in the recording. But if you just minimize, it'll go away.
Yeah, I could barely read that. The type was so small.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, you'll see it on your screen. We'll point it out. So.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we got 5 minutes here. I don't know if anybody has anything further on here. Again, this has been the Elmer session, kind of similar to our ElmerNet or LearningNet on Wednesday nights, 7:30, apart from this Wednesday. Yeah. Thought I had something else here. Tom, yeah, go ahead, Tom.
Just something. Yeah, I am unmuted. Sorry. Just something that was kind of fun. A few years ago, from our dear friends Amazon, I picked up a attenuator. 1 dB, 2 dB, 3 dB, and so on. Switches.
Time.
Sounds like it. Yeah.
Hi, Steven.
Steve.
Can you mute? Thank you. So, anyhow, I got it for low frequencies. I didn't know much about it. I didn't expect much. Because it's the standard little cheapy double throw, double pole switches, that you can buy from Amazon, UHF connectors. Very simple. However, I was really surprised, and that's why I brought it up. They're, by the way, the attenuators, they're just resistive pi networks. I just swept it, and clear up to 3 gigahertz. This thing is amazingly flat. I am really surprised. Certainly up to even 23 centimeters. It's within 1 dB, and it's even accurate. The switches settings, they're even accurate. So I was really amazed to find something like that. I'm going to sit here and measure the resistors because it's too small for me to read these days. Because they're just normal carbon film, 1%.
I wish I paid more attention to my dad when he tried to show me this.
Yeah. Isn't that the way? Teenagers, you know.
Well, you wish you could go back sometime to sit down and say, you know what?
So anyhow, I just thought it was interesting that something that simple, that quickly, I mean, you know, this was made in China, that quickly done would be that flat. I just didn't expect it.
Oh, okay. Very cool. Very cool.
It'd be that flat. What does it mean?
Hey, Steven, KB0KUC. Can
Oh,
you hear us?
wide wings.
Oh. Yeah.
Hey, Steven, can you hear us?
Yes.
Would you mind muting from your end? I'm not able to mute you, but if you wouldn't mind muting yourself at the moment. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, usually I'm able to mute people. I can't. All right, we have just a couple minutes here. Appreciate everyone being on here this evening. If you have any questions, let us know. We're streaming on youtube.com/Denver Radio Club if you want to check that out. But the chat is happening over on our Google Meet chat. Do make sure that you're muted just so when the presentation's happening, everyone can hear. So, but if you ever have any questions, comments, let us know. My name is Jerome, K1DBC. It's been a pleasure. Thank you, everyone, for joining here. We have just another minute. I don't know if anybody has any very last minute thing, but otherwise we'll probably just throw it over to Jerry Vilhauer. Let us know.
Okay, yeah, Steven's still not muted there, so can you mute him, Jerome?
I don't have the option.
I don't have the option either.
Steven, you need to mute. It's down at the bottom.
Oh.
There should be a little microphone and a little. When it's not muted, it's gray, but when it's muted, you should see it red with a strike through it.
He's muted.
Okay, appreciate it. Sorry about that.
Alrighty,
I am. Oh, go ahead.
No, go
I
ahead.
am the meet. I am logged in as the meet admin. So if anybody's wondering who that is me. And for some reason, it wouldn't let me. There was no option to mute for whatever reason. So sorry about that.
Is Jeff with us tonight?
Yes, I'm here.
You have to be logged in as the meet admin person to do
Okay,
anything.
good deal. All right, well, it's nearly 7. We'll go ahead and get started. I got a few things that I'd like to put out here.